But winning Karl from the same World Championship match will soon lead to an endgame 2 bishops against knight without pawns. And this is, I think, the most famous practical example for this material distribution. But okay, first, how did Karl reach it? What to do with black? Yeah, bishop g2. Karl feels intuitively that his 2 bishops will win, and that but Winnick can't reach the Kling and Horwitz pseudo fortress. But okay, Ken Thompson's database proved in 1983, I think, that the bishops always win if the knight cannot construct a drawing fortress, cannot force a draw directly, because there are no drawing fortresses. Bishop e2 also wins, but it's a step in the wrong direction, as a bishop takes b4 now would be a major blunder. Of course, the knight also has his weapons, and then it is a draw, of course. So Karl avoided this altogether with bishop g2, and now he took. Martin Ashes then taking the 6 pawn at the check, but it won't safeguard winning. Of course, now we know with the table basis that the bishops always win, and also here no Kling and Horwitz fortress with the knight. The knight must be on b7 for a Kling and Horwitz pseudo fortress, but it can't get there. Knight c5, bishop f2, and so on. The bishops are too strong, and the knight is just floating around, can't find a safe harbor, and sooner or later black will win here as well. So, but Winnick took the pawn, and the idea is to get the knight to b7 and the king to b6, or c7, to get a Kling and Horwitz setup, but Karl has calculated correctly that he can prevent it. The only way to unite king and knight is knight a5 to get the setup with knight b7 check, but Karl checks first. And now Winnick's king is on the square where the knight belongs, and this is a nightmare. Yeah. Now they are separated somehow, and Karl will win quickly. Now to break the King and Horwitz pseudo setup and then really to play computer defense is extremely difficult. But here king and knight are disconnected, and king c5 now breaks the defense good. So that but winning again threatens knight b6, the knight b7 check. He's so near and yet so far, and so, but Winnick resigned, as his forces are now permanently separated, and this is bad news for the knight. The knight b7, the king cannot come, and the knight is lost. And after knight b3, the bishops imprison the knight, and then the king. The bishops imprison the knight. They don't need. The king is only needed to control a5. So this is one example. I think this is the most famous practical example for this endgame type. So I of course had to select it here for 3 extremely famous Karl endgames, and he indeed calculated correctly that after bishop g2, his bishops will win the knight, and even without allowing a Kling and Horwitz setup. Okay, with the knowledge from today, even that won't save, of course. The bishops are just too strong on an open board.